Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name is Nick.
And my name is Chris. And Nick, what do we got in store today?
Today, Chris, we're taking another cheeky look at XRP. We've got quite a bit of news to get through, so we're probably going to go through as much of this as we can as quickly as possible. But we have new partnerships. We've got ledger news. We've got obviously old Jed dumping so much XRP. We have 225 million XRP being moved. We have multi-asset capable XRPL. We want to talk a bit about that. And I guess it's and the news, I guess, that also ties into the effect that Jed is having on the community of XRP. So quite a lot to get through, Chris. And I think we want to kind of go through the markets, go through the charts, and then dive into as much of that news as possible.
Yeah, sounds great, Nick. Love this project.
Absolutely right. So as always, guys, if you find it useful and informative, go ahead and smash that like button for Chris. He really appreciates it. And if you're new here, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. By subscribing, you'll be kept up to date with all of the videos and live streams that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. Right, I'm just going to jump over to the charts and the markets, I should say, then the charts, get right through and hit some of that news.
Sounds great, Nick.
Right, here we are on CoinMarketCap. We have a $567 billion market. We have 114 billion in trading volume for the day and 62.6% Bitcoin dominance. For the most part, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I actually know what am I doing. I need to put it on my watch list, Chris. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 out of our 21 projects in green, and the rest are red. Any big call outs here? We obviously have VeChain doing 5%, which is really good. We have Hedera at 7%, which is fantastic. RSR 5%. We have Solve at 5% as well. Any major reds? Nothing above 5%, but Stella's at 4%. Cardano's at 3%. We have 7% on API3 as well. So let's take a look at XRP in detail. We got it's currently trading at 60.6 cents. Okay, or 60.9 now, which is 2% down for the day. The market cap is $27.4 billion, trading volume 7.9 billion. The circulating supply is the usual 45.3 billion, with the total total maximum supply, I should say, 100 billion that we all know, and the total amount now that remains is 99.9 billion, which is obviously accounting for burn rates. If we shoot down here, we can see the all-time high was $3.84, which was achieved on the 4th of January 2018. So those are the basics of the charts here. Or basics of CoinMarketCap, I should say. Let's go ahead and look at the XRP chart, right? So here I have my fib retrace on here, and this is from the low point on the 19th of November and the high point of the 24th of November. And here we can see that we touched on the 61% retracement level just here, and that happened on the 26th of November. Now, it's unlikely that we're going to test back down here for a while, but history has actually gone through a run like this. Comes down here, comes back up, and then tests all the way down at this level. So do prepare ourselves for something like that. It could happen, although I think the Spark and Flare airdrop is actually holding it up a little bit, which I think is going to prevent us testing this level, and I think that was the test that we needed to see. Now, if we come on all the way back, I also put a fib retrace on the run that we had back in 2017-18, right? So we can see from the low point to the high point what happened, right? So this was the test on the 61, and then we got down here and we tested the 78 range, right? And then we didn't test it again. We tested the 61% a couple additional times. So we saw it there. We saw it in this range. We saw it here. We broke through it here. Okay, we then tested again here. Then we tested again here. And then before you know it, we're up at this range testing this, and then we're off, right? Like that. So what I did is I took this run upwards and applied this position to where we currently sit. And then I tried to get us to a place where we can see what happens when we apply that history on our current position. So this looks like this then, guys. So if I just drill in a little bit further, I put a bit of a trend line in here. Obviously, I said we spoke about the 61% level. We tested that. We then got a little bit of a trend. It's quite weak, but I'm going to leave it there for now and see what happens. And then I applied the history. So the history, you can see these little blue candles in here, kind of where, you know, we are currently trading versus what was happening in the history. And then we have this. Now, these red lines represent support and resistance. And believe it or not, they actually line up very nicely with the history here as well from our starting position here. So completely unprovoked by myself, that's looking quite tidy. So if we go up now, we can see that in the next day or so, I'm expecting we'll probably come close to this $1.10 level, right? And I think we're going to come down from there and then potentially hit the 89-cent level from here, and then potentially shoot upwards. Here we'll go to probably 130 on the high, come back down and test the 120 resistance and support line. From here we'll then shoot up, and we'll go up to potentially around the $2.30-ish, around that range, come back down on a test to about 1.80, so $1.80. A little bit of sideways action on the history, and then we move up another leg. This one goes up to about $3.27, then we shoot up a little bit higher to $3.66. Moving upwards still, we hit the 389, 390, and then basically we're just moving upwards, upwards, and upwards. And this thing goes all the way up, guys, all the way up to $10.29, around that range, as a potential new high for XRP. Now, this is obviously subject to quite a few different changes. So whatever Bitcoin does will determine which direction this thing's going to go in. So it has the potential to go to $10 regardless of Bitcoin's timely moves to new highs. If it happens sooner, without a retracement on Bitcoin, then, you know, ultimately this will be delayed. We'll see this next year. If, however, Bitcoin from its current position rallies upwards towards 24K, then we're going to kickstart this rally. And this rally will then see Bitcoin potentially hit 50K, and then XRP should hit around the $10 level. If that happens, then we'll be in a very good, strong position for the second alt rally in 2021, which could see XRP heading towards $50. And that's a bit of a mind-blowing moment, because you know, I'm one of those people that likes to see concrete evidence before kind of subscribing to those theories. But this data in this chart is suggesting some pretty healthy movements for XRP, and it's something that I'm going to be watching very closely, along with Bitcoin, to see how it all plays out. But I think 2021 is going to be a very, very good year for a lot of XRP holders. Is there anything, Chris, that you would like to add at this point on charts or price before we get into some of the news articles around XRP?
No, nothing that I could possibly add to that, Nick. I think you've articulated it very well. So I'll sit in my box. Thank you very much.
You sit in your box. Right, let's do it. Let's take a look at the first one then. So this one is about a new partnership with 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗧 from Australia. So Australian payment service provider 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗧 has just announced its partnership with San Francisco-based blockchain Ripple. So because of the tie-up, its customers are able to gain access to global financial network RippleNet that covers 55 countries and 120 currency pairs. So really, really good news for both Ripple, I guess, and 𝗕𝗪𝗧. So eyeing up the Southeast Asian region, the shares of 𝗕𝗪𝗧, which has already scored partnerships with Alipay, Visa, Google Pay, and others, are trading on the Australian Securities Exchange under the NOV ticker. So those are some pretty decent players, right? You've got Alipay, Visa, Google Play. We obviously have others, who knows. So after joining forces with Ripple, it will initially focus on facilitating cross-border payments between Australia and Southeast Asia. Later on, 𝗕𝗪𝗧 also plans to process cross-border transactions sent to Australia, thus opening up a new revenue stream. 𝗕𝗪𝗧's managing director, Peter Cook, says he's incredibly excited about the partnership, since it will boost his company's competitiveness and allow its customers to free up capital, which is something that's not really spoken about. We talk about cross-border payments a lot in this space, but no one's really talking about the amount of capital that would be freed up by not having to have dormant cash in every single country around the world when you were doing these transfers. So that's absolutely massive, and it equates to trillions of dollars. So here's the quote, right? So in particular, we look forward to working with Ripple to provide our customers with access to their exciting alternative financing solutions, so that our customers can free up capital to focus on growing their businesses, which is absolutely fantastic. So that was article number 1, and I think a new partnership like that is really good news for Ripple, but also XRP as a whole. Anything you want to add to that one before moving to the next, Chris?
No, let's just get straight into the next one, Nick.
Right. XRP ledger. So here we talk about the number of ledgers settled on the XRP network has surpassed 60 million. Bit of a record there. So as per data provided by the XRP Ledger Explorer XRP scan, right, here we go, screenshot there, onwards to 70 million. So last September, the mainnet reached 50 million, and it took over a year to add another 10 million. The milestone coincided with the 8th anniversary of the XRP Ledger, according to the Ripple CTO, 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗠𝗠𝗃, and the XRP-L version that we know and love came to existence in December 2012. So a good little milestone there for Ripple. Ripple, but for XRP Ledger, hitting the 60 million and obviously moving towards that 70 million, which is really good news. Moving on to the next one, Chris, which is the one that's probably hot off the press, with 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗪𝗪 dumping so much XRP. This has been over the place, Twitter, YouTube's, etc. A lot of different articles about this one. So You Today have put this out: 29.5 million XRP tokens dumped by 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗪𝗪 in one day. When will he stop? When will he stop, Chris? Just when will he stop?
It's a good question, isn't it? And it's one that we talked about on the live stream as well.
It is, yeah. So data shared by researcher, I'm not going to pronounce the name because I will get it wrong, shows that Ripple co-founder 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 unloaded an eye-popping 29.5 million XRP in a single day on the 6th of December. So the transactions are there to see. So no fiat limit. So together with Chris Larsen, 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 founder, basically open coin back in later 2012. It was later renamed to Ripple Labs and that went on to become a blockchain. Okay, so after leaving San Francisco-based company to complicated relationships with other board members, 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 founded rival Stellar, right? So obviously, whatever happened there, I'm not too sure. I don't really want to get into that, but they had a falling out, shall we say, and then he set up Stellar. So 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 was awarded a hefty stake of 9 billion XRP tokens in May 2014, and he announced his intentions to liquidate his holdings before agreeing to put in place contractual controls. Ripple Labs later sued 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 for allegedly violating the terms of the aforementioned agreement, and then chose to reach a settlement with him in February 2016 after a legal battle lasted a year. The new settlement significantly boosted his selling abilities that were no longer limited by fiat dollars. Instead, his sales are dictated by the global trading volumes. Beyond the 4th year of the revised agreement, 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 is able to liquidate up to 1.5% of the XRP's global trading volume per day. And that's a huge amount, right? So billions of tokens still left to dump. So at this rate, according to this guy, the estimates, 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 will be able to dump a total of 207 million XRP in a single week, which is just, it's beyond control. So while the radical increase in XRP volume occurred 10 to 14 days ago, this led to the effect that 𝗕𝗪's sales increased 1 to 2 weeks ago. This means 𝗕𝗪 is now selling way more than the current market can take. And it's really frustrating news, isn't it, Chris?
Yeah, it is. And, it's one of those, like, it's slowing down the price discovery, because obviously, it's, demand. And you're watering down that demand for it significantly. So, I think we'd probably be further along price discovery wise for the flare drop by now. But it is what it is, right? And you can only do it for so long.
Absolutely, it's very unfortunate, and he's got about 3.2 billion, I think, left approximately. So He can go on for a while, yeah, but it's really frustrating and it hurts so many people. Let's move on to the next one, right? So the next one looks at the 225.2 million XRP. So as per a series of posts shared by the XRPL monitor, over the past 24 hours, Ripple, Crypto Heavyweight, and several other major players have pushed an astounding amount of XRP, 225.2 million tokens. Some of those platforms are Ripple's ODL corridors in various parts of the world. So Ripple, Bitstamp, Binance, etc. move 195.7 million XRP. So data shared by the XRPL monitor tracking service has it that in the last 24 hours, a massive amount of XRP has moved by Ripple and several major crypto exchanges. Some of them are related to Ripple as a platform or for on-demand liquidity-based ODL transactions. And the largest transaction amongst those entitled were conducted by Ripple, 21 million XRP. 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘, the largest South Korean exchange and an ODL platform, was 16 million XRP, and Bitstamp, European ODL corridor, 49.3 million. So another 40 million of those tokens were received by Bitstamp from an anonymous wallet. Amongst other platforms that took place in the transactions are Bitbank, Binance, Coin, Check, and Kraken. And you have a bit of that there. And obviously we have the little bit of news there on 𝗕𝗘𝗪 as well, 𝗕𝗘 as well. So anything you want to add to that? I mean, it is what it is, right? It's just lots of XRP moving around effectively.
Yeah, and I think you're going to get that when you've got this spark drop, approaching, and it's days away. I'm so excited to see, where this price could go for XRP, and I'm excited to find out what the price of Spark's going to be. There's lots of people out there, saying that it could be worth very little to start off with, but with the approach that they're taking, I'm unsure, and I'm excited to find out. Regardless of what the price ends up being, it's exciting just to just think about the possibilities.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I cannot see how Flare networks can operate with a low value Spark token when there's only 15% Spark in relation to XRP. It just wouldn't work. You couldn't be able to use it as collateral. So interesting to see what the price does come out at. Going to be a really interesting one. So the next article, Chris, talks about the XRPL is a multi-asset capable when liquidity is lacking in target markets. So this is something that Brad Garlinghouse kind of brought out, right? So Ripple provides software solutions to process cross-border payments inexpensively in near real time across national borders for small and large companies. We all know that, right? So XRP serves as a bridge currency to quickly convert assets from fiat currency to a target currency without the risk of currency fluctuations. In a recent interview with CNN, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse spoke about whether other digital assets such as stablecoins can be launched and used on the XRP ledger. He explained that this is definitely possible and that the XRPL is designed to serve multiple industry use cases. So the short answer is yes, stablecoins are a little bit different and unique, because even if you have a stablecoin that is dollar dominated, you still have that cross-currency problem. So XRP can even be used in markets where liquidity is initially low. This could be done by using other digital assets until there is significant liquidity for XRP. And then here's another quote, right? So we also did design our products to be efficient, such that if we entered a market where XRP had very little liquidity, that we could use a different digital asset where there might be more liquidity. This spreads would be tighter. Also, the spreads would be tighter there, and it's kind of good business sense that they would do such a thing, right? They're not going to rely just on one, but I do believe that the XRP would be the preferable currency to use rather than potentially relying on a different digital asset. But it's good to see that you do have that ability. Now, RippleNet already has more than 300 partners who are leveraging the strengths and benefits of this ecosystem to deliver global liquidity to all of our affiliates. Garlinghouse goes on to describe his vision is to provide a plug-and-play system for the industry that allows any company to instantly access all of Ripple's services and payments services within weeks, regardless of how much technical expertise is available. And that's something that you see with VeChain that's very, very good, because they make it incredibly quick and easy to actually onboard. And I think more businesses need to get on board with that concept. And I think Cardano do a really good job with opening up their platform to all developers rather than trying to focus in on just blockchain developers. So a few people are trying to make sure that they are open and not closed. So the I guess that the quote here is, our vision really is, how do we make this plug and play and as simple as possible to plug in and take advantage of global liquidity across the XRP system or ecosystem. For Guarding House, it's clear that Ripple's complete success is due to the architecture of XRP, and the adoption of XRP and other use cases continues to grow each week. So it's so clear to me that more than ever that XRP's speed, its scalability, its incredibly low cost per transaction dynamics make it perfectly suited for the problem we are solving with it. We're seeing that the community behind XRP and the other use cases, we're seeing that grow every week there. So I think it's, I'm super excited for Flare, Chris. I think it's going to be fantastic to see what happens with that, moving things forward with XRP as well. So I'm really happy with everything that Ripple do for the community as a whole, and I don't think they get enough credit in that regard.
No, I agree, Nick. I really do. With the push for regulations, we're starting to see the chatter around that now, and I don't think we'd be in the position that we are now if it wasn't for Facebook and Ripple, to be quite frank. But take that as you will.
Absolutely, guys. So we kind of wanted to get through that news as quickly as possible. There's so much going on with XRP. We don't want to just ignore them. Normally we have so many articles here, we have to bin some off. We kind of wanted to show you something a bit different in this video, string a load of things together, and let you kind of know what the bigger picture is with Ripple and XRP and what's happening there, and what's happening with the charts, what's happening with Spark, and all that kind of good stuff. So hopefully you found this useful and informative. If you did, go ahead and smash that like button for Chris. He really appreciates it. And if you're new here, go ahead and subscribe. By subscribing, you'll be kept up to date with all of the videos and live streams that we do here on the Cheeky Crypto channel. And with that said, we hope you have a fantastic day, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.
Yeah, take care.